Ever wondered how to survive a fall from any height in the game and walk away while also making your character spaz out in hilarious ways? Well, in today's episode of 5 things you need to know about Skyrim but probably don't, I'll show you how. In fact guys, let's have a competition. The person to send me the funniest video using this technique on Twitter will get a shout out in my next top 5 video. All you need to do is record it on your phone and then send it to me. And oh boy, do I have some fun techniques for you guys to try out. But first, a word from our sponsors. World of Kings is a free-to-play MMO that has just been released today, but I was lucky enough to play it in early access and my god was I impressed. First off, I just want to say that this is not a pay-to-win game. You can actually get all the best gear from the 5 to 25 player dungeons. They all have varying difficulties and all kinds of bosses to fight, with different mechanics to learn that test your teamwork and skills. You have 4 races, Orc, Elf, Human and Dwarf to choose from. Then you need to pick between an Archer, Paladin, Cleric, Dark Sage, Mage, Wizard, Rogue, Fighter or a Warrior, and then you can specialise in an advanced class. But if you don't know what to pick, you can actually test out all 27 classes and their abilities before you decide what you want to play. It's a great feature and it's really needed. Now somehow, the game world is absolutely massive and it has no loading screens while you adventure, so you can seamlessly explore its history, dig out architectural artifacts, and even collect pets, costumes, and all sorts of cool mounts to show off to other players. The mobile controls are really easy to pick up and I was actually really impressed by the fluid animations of all the abilities. And there's a really high skill cap to understanding the perfect order of using skills together with the right talents. This is one of those rare opportunities to get a head start in an MMO at launch. So download World of Kings right now from the link in the description below. It's free and you have nothing to lose. Now I'm not sure about you, but the first time I saw a giant I was like wow. And then the first thing I thought was, can I kill it though? And I very quickly learned that my character was not strong enough. But I did get a nice view of the whole of Skyrim as I was projected into the sky like a golf ball, never to be seen again. But it actually always annoyed me that I could never see where my character ended up because Skyrim would automatically reload the previous save from before I died. If I want to throw myself off the top of High Hrothgar and see my body bounce down the mountain, that should be something I can do. Well, did you know you can actually do this? It's actually very easy, but no one seems to know about it. Next time you die, you just pause the game, open up the save menu, and now delete your previous save. Now for whatever reason, Skyrim's coding means that it will not load the previous save and you'll actually be able to watch as your body plummets through the sky and back down to the ground when you get hit by a giant. This literally works for anything. If you just want to see where your body would have ended up, you'll just delete your previous save and there you go. It's hilarious. I don't know why they ever removed it from the game. As we speak, I'm setting new records for how high I can get my corpse to bounce when it hits the ground. Or if I can throw myself from High Hrothgar and make it to Riverwood, where my sweet Camilla can behold my old rotting corpse, slightly frozen from the fall down the mountain. Now obviously it's not always convenient to delete your most recent save, but I've been doing this intentionally for fun. In fact, I'm having way too much fun with this one. That brings me on to my second thing you did not know about Skyrim, but you need to know. Netch jelly. This is a strange ingredient that can be obtained either from the various merchants around Raven Rock or by slaughtering Netch. I use the word slaughter because the Netch are docile passive creatures that will not attack you unless you attack them first. Once triggered, they will repeatedly ram into you like some kind of helpless tentacle brains. The Netch, however, are indeed raised for their meat, leather and jelly. So go ahead and slaughter some floating jellyfish and get yourself some Netch jelly. This stuff is mad. It basically has the following effects: paralysis, fortify carry weight, restore stamina, and fear. If you did not already know, if you eat an ingredient in Skyrim, you'll actually learn the first property of that ingredient. And that first property will also affect your character. So in this case, if you eat netch jelly, you will be paralyzed for 1 second. Now, you may be thinking, but ESO, why on earth would I need to know this? What use is this ever going to be to me? It's just, it genuinely looks retarded. I just eat netch jelly and become paralyzed. How is this even a useful thing to know? Well, my friends, subscribe and press that bell icon and I will tell you. I actually have no way of checking, but this is where it comes in handy. If you jump off a cliff and then just before you hit the ground, you chug some netch jelly to paralyze your body, you'll actually take no damage, no full damage while paralyzed. I mean, you can't paralyze me if I'm already paralyzed, am I right? But no, the fun has only just begun. The higher the fall, the more fun this is. Literally, your character will begin to spaz out, bouncing into the sky. Oh, it's a fantastic thing to behold. Just eat the netch jelly before you hit the ground and watch as your character just goes crazy. The third thing you need to know about Skyrim is that you can quite literally ride birds and become the rider of birds, the birdman, the bird master. It's easy. All you need to do is find a nest. Steal the bird eggs as well. You don't need to steal the eggs, but I'm just a terrible person. Wait in silence. Wait for your birdie brethren to arrive, and then pounce on their back and ride them into the wind. The bird will take you on a journey around the sky. Now, these things actually do fly pretty damn high as well. They're very useful if you want to get to inaccessible places like the roof of Solitude Castle, or even just jump out of the map, or take the biggest dive ever. You can also snipe villagers from above, which is obviously the first thing I thought I would do when I'm this high in the sky riding a bird, because there's probably something wrong with me. And what's the best thing about this is that the guards can't arrest you. It does, however, require a fair bit of effort to balance atop this small feathery creature and not accidentally shoot it while attacking the villagers below. And you will more than certainly fall a few times. But don't worry, that is why I brought the netch jelly with us. Fly as high as you can, and if you do fall, just chug that netch jelly and watch your character spaz out but survive the fall. Also, do be careful, because sometimes if you do annoy the local guards, they will shoot the bird out of the sky that you're standing on, causing you to crash to the ground. That brings me on to tip number 4. While a lot less cool, it is also possible, for some reason, to ride insects. Now I know what you're thinking. Why ESO? Why are you even doing this? Well, my friends, why not? Why not? You can do this with any glowing bug you find, pretty much. There are quite a few in the swamp of Morthal near the base of Solitude's castle here. Now, this is as difficult as it is pointless to do. But if you're careful, jump onto one of these insects' back and just sit there and let it levitate around, carrying your entire body weight upon its back. I know ants can carry, I think it's like 10 times their body weight, but this is just ridiculous. So sit back and chill out as the local wildlife takes you for a ride. A very floaty ride around the general area. The only thing that really knocks you off the insect's back is other bugs or objects that it flies into, so you really can just leave the game AFK like this and return sometimes an hour later, not that I've tried this, to your character still floating around like one floaty boy. And then after the insect's taken you for a ride, go ahead and harvest its soul. And then eat it. Okay, so how about a slightly less pointless tip for fact number 5? Because there are many diseases in Skyrim, and I'm sure you're familiar with all of them. They're all really annoying, and I've seen people play the game and not realise they even have a disease, like rattles, contracted by simply stepping on a trap. It makes your stamina regenerate 50% slower. In general, just being attacked by animals will reduce your magicka, stamina, and even make you 25% less effective with melee weapons. So animals are really just super annoying, especially if, like me, Lydia is your follower. You'll be ridden with diseases, the filthy creature, but I just can't keep my hands off it. So how do we combat all of these diseases? Well, my friends, look to the sky. The birds of Skyrim, once again, our valiant mounts, our valiant flying mounts will save us, because birds actually drop hawk feathers. Probably one of the most readily available ingredients in Skyrim. Apart from the fact you actually need to skillfully shoot the birds out of the sky and then track down wherever their corpse landed in order to obtain it, sometimes even in a river, depending where they were flying. But, as I said earlier, eating an ingredient will activate the first property it has on your character, and hawk feathers, very conveniently, actually cure your diseases instantly. So it's super easy just to cure any disease, including the early stages of vampirism, just by chewing on some hawk feathers. There you go, always carry around a few hawk feathers wherever you go. Like an absolute savage, just chewing on hawk feathers. Also, if you mix them into potions, they actually do fortify your one-handed skill. So I recommend sharing them with Lydia. Well guys, that is it for today's top 5 Skyrim things that you didn't know but you probably should know, because they're actually pretty useful and pretty fun to do. But as for the competition, guys, I want you to go ahead and record yourself doing some kind of silly thing with one of the tips I've given you today. Be it flying a hawk, jumping to your death and somehow surviving using net jelly, something random, something funny, and then video it and send it to me on Twitter, and I will watch those videos and highlight it in the next video and probably even do like a reaction to it, as well as giving you a shout out. I thought that'd be a fun thing to do. But if you haven't already, guys, subscribe and press that bell icon for the next Skyrim video coming out soon. And don't forget, you can also download World of Kings below from the link in the description to really help support my channel. So thanks for all your support, guys. I will see you in the next one. Have a fantastic day and goodbye.